Good morning, students. Today we are going to start chapter number 4 of geography of your class. Name of the chapter is air. First of all, what is air? It's very interesting chapter, and in this video just we will introduce air and atmosphere. What is air? Air is the general name of mixture of different gases, clear, that makes atmosphere. So in this way, our earth is surrounded by a huge blanket of air called atmosphere. So what is atmosphere? It's very simple definition of atmosphere. What is atmosphere? Atmosphere is thick gaseous envelope. Thick gaseous envelope surrounding the earth from all sides. From all sides. This is earth. From all sides it is surrounding earth. So this is known as atmosphere, and it is made up of different gases, right? And it is also it attached to earth through the force of gravitation. Due to the force of gravitation, you have to remember two things I have told you. Important thing, that it is thick gaseous envelope surrounding the earth from all sides, and second thing, it is attached to earth through the force of gravitation. Clear? So all living beings on this earth depend on the atmosphere for their survival. If atmosphere is not there, we cannot be alive, right? Because atmosphere protect us from various kinds of dangerous gases, dangerous things coming from the universe, right? It provides us the air we breathe, protects us from the harmful effects of the sun rays. Without this blanket of protection, we would be baked alive by the heat of the sun during day and get frozen during night. So it is this mass of air that has made the temperature on the earth livable. Clear? So this was about atmosphere, general definition. And what is the significance? First, it acts as filter because it absorbs the various unwanted radiation. This is the first thing you have to remember. Second, it is the source to various gases and it supports life forms in biosphere. Clear? And we can say that the extension of atmosphere, almost 97% of effective atmosphere confines within the height of 29 kilometer of the earth's surface. So the vertical distribution of the atmosphere is not uniform and even not homogeneous. It is differs from place to place. Before going further, we should read this one. Carbon dioxide released in the atmosphere creates a greenhouse effect by trapping the heat radiating from the earth. It is therefore called a greenhouse gas. Without it, the earth would have been too cold to live in. So carbon dioxide also is very important gas for us, However, when its level in the atmosphere increases due to factory smoke to car fumes, the heat retained increased the temperature of the earth, and this is called increasing in the temperature of earth's surface is called global warming. And this rise in temperature causes the snow in coldest parts, right, of the world to melt. As a result, the sea level rises, causing floods in the coastal areas. There may be drastic changes in the climate of a place, leading to extinction of some plants and animals in the long run. In this way, carbon dioxide is very important, but its amount, if increases, then it can be very dangerous. Clear? So this was about carbon dioxide. Composition of the atmosphere. Now we'll discuss about the composition. Do you know that the air we take in while breathing is actually mixture of many gases? Nitrogen, oxygen are two gases which make up the bulk of the atmosphere. Why? Because nitrogen 78%, actually 78.08%, oxygen 21%, carbon dioxide 0.03%, argon 0.93%, and all other gases 0.04%. So in this way, these two are very important gases. Carbon dioxide, helium, ozone, argon and hydrogen are found in lesser quantities, very lesser quantities apart from these gases. And tiny dust particles are also present in the air. So what are there in the atmosphere? These gases, tiny dust particles, and the pie chart gives you the percentage of different constituents of air. This pie chart you can see here. Nitrogen is the most plentiful gas in the air because it is found in 78% proportion. When we inhale, we take some amount of nitrogen into our lungs and exhale it. But plants need nitrogen for their survival. They cannot take nitrogen directly from the air. Bacteria that live in the soil and roots of some plants take nitrogen from air and change its form so that plants can use it. So in this way, you can understand that how the use of nitrogen is taken by plants, how the plants absorb oxygen, nitrogen, and they release oxygen. Oxygen is the second most plentiful gas in the air. Humans, animals take oxygen from their air as they breathe. Green plants produce oxygen during photosynthesis. In this way, oxygen content in the air remains constant. If we cut trees, then this balance gets disturbed because trees release oxygen. Carbon dioxide is another important gas. Green plants use carbon dioxide to make their food, release oxygen. Human animals release carbon dioxide and they get oxygen. The amount of carbon dioxide released by humans and animals seems to be equal to the amount used by the plants, which make a perfect balance. However, the balance is upset by burning of fuels. You can see in the atmosphere due to the smoke, it can cause pollution such as coal and oil. They add billions of tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere each year, and this is increasing the temperature of our surface, and it causes global warming. As a result, you can see increased volume of carbon dioxide is affecting the earth's weather and climate, both the things. Clear? You can see these cuttings of newspaper. Global warming. So do you know when air is heated, it expands, becomes lighter and goes up. Cold air is denser and heavy. So if air is hot or means heatness is there in the air, it means air pressure is low, and if it is cold, then it is heavy and air pressure high. So that's why it tends to sink down when hot air rises. Cold air from surrounding area rushes there to fill in the gap. That's how air circulation takes place. So how air blow? Air always blow from high to low pressure areas. High pressure when air is cold and low pressure when air is hot. So in this direction air flow. This will go upside, right? And this high pressure cold air will take the place of this air. So this is the circulation of air, and in this way we discussed nitrogen. It acts as a diluent and is generally chemically inactive. Oxygen, if we ask about oxygen, oxygen is very important, inhaled by biotic components for survival, and argon is the inert gas. Clear? And after that, carbon dioxide, being a greenhouse gas, it increases the temperature of the lower atmosphere or the earth surface. You have to remember. And other gases also are very important in atmosphere. So dear students, in this part we discussed about composition of atmosphere. In the next video we will discuss about the structure of atmosphere, and you have to revise this topic by reading again. So thank you, have a nice day.